Alright, so story time. If anyone has ever heard of like those spooky stories where you're like watching a childhood show or something and something weird happens during it, 9 times out of 10 it's not something that actually happened. Well, something like that did happen to me when I was like, I think I was like 5. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and I'd turn the TV on, watch TV because I was an insomniac and I couldn't sleep, but I used to get in trouble for doing that as a kid. And there was a moment I was watching Muppet Babies, the original Muppet Babies, not that CGI crappy one. This was like the 2D one, the original. I think it was the original anyway, but this was like when I was like 5 years old in like early 2000s. So I think, yeah, it was the original. But I had to pause for a second. And there was the nanny. You never saw the nanny's face. You only ever saw her freaking legs. There was a moment when I was watching that show. I don't remember what was happening in the show, and I don't remember if anyone is actually going to remember this, but the camera panned up and it tried to show Nanny's face. Yeah, my glasses are just not cooperating with me today. I'll be blind. It was gonna show Nanny's face, and when it zoomed up, I remember this. She had like curly carrot top hair and Gonzo's face. And then it just the screen blacked out after. And it cut to a black and white scene of a woman standing in a room. And she was, it was like poor quality, but she was freaking looking up at like the camera on the ceiling and she was screaming as like boxes and papers and shit was falling on her. This literally just sounds like one of those like creepypasta moments. But yeah, after a couple minutes of that, my TV turned off. And I turned it back on and it was rolling the Muppet Baby credits. Does anybody else experience that at all? Does anyone remember a screwed up episode like that where you got to see Nanny's face and all of a sudden a horror movie clip comes up? I don't even think that was from a movie. Does anybody recognize that from like a movie? The woman screaming? It didn't traumatize me as a kid, but it's kind of stuck with me like, what was that? What the hell was that? I don't know. But I figured I'd finally talk about it like almost 20 years later. Yeah.